Hey YouTube, it's your beekeeper here. Today we're going to be installing the channel for the roller guides and the roller guides themselves. What have I got done since the last video? I finally bolted the plywood in. This is the guard in the event that the blade lets loose, whether it comes off the wheels or it breaks. It will keep it contained and hopefully not damage anybody that's standing near it. I used some carriage bolts, some galvanized carriage bolts, because rust is important to me. Yeah, I just had them in stock. They're 5/16 diameter, 1.25 inches long. Yeah, so this made a big difference getting rid of these pop rivets here. I knew the pop rivets were temporary anyway, but now this thing is really solid. Everything about it is really solid. So I'm pretty excited in that little bit of safety feature, because this thing's pretty much a walking laceration. But if the blade lets loose, I'm pretty comfortable that these stainless steel tire covers will keep it in. If it goes that way, the plywood will catch it if it goes that way, and if it drops straight down, it is what it is. But at least it'll keep it hopefully from injuring anybody that's nearby. And yeah, so let's get cracking. Let me pull some stuff out of the shop, get some tools out here, get the welder out here. I'll be back shortly. Alright, I'm going to take a minute. Let me shut the welder off. I'm going to take a minute to pause for the claws here and show you what we've got. The fixed blade guide is installed. I'm happy with the installation, and I'll show you how I did it. I don't know if I'm happy about having a roller guide on this side, because now I mean, I'm splitting hairs here, right? But you figure now I've taken 2 inches off potential throat. Again, I don't know. Can it cut a 44-inch log? I don't know. Hard to say. So I'm using strut. I'm using strut brackets, which are extremely stout. I mean, it is as stout as it's going to be. It tracks quite well, I think. Right? My intention is to keep the blade to the best that I can on the crown. It's actually off a little bit if I'm using the center line of the tire as the actual crown. It's a little bit off. I don't think that's critical. What do I know? But then again, I could always adjust it, right? I could move this. This whole thing can slide forward still a little bit, 1/4 inch or so. But I'm more concerned about height. And again, both of these are adjustable. And man, oh man, if I cut myself one more time on this thing is so sharp. It looks like I've been fighting with a feral cat back here. Good grief, I get anywhere near this thing and it catches my skin. Yeah. Alright, so onward to the adjustable one. Did it again. Onward to the adjustable one. Now this is tight, but this probably isn't. See, boy, see how it grabs it? The blade's pretty tight, but chances are I'm going to put more air in the tire when it comes time to cut, I guess. I don't know. What do I know? Okay, back to the board of grinding. Well, I think we have a moderate degree of success here. I need to put some grease in that rack, or in that strut rail, whatever you want to call it. But these are parallel. But you know, here's the funny thing about it. This thing is mechanically just about done now. Figure out the dash panel there, right? See that switch hanging? Mount that in a box. Mount a switch for the fan. A little bit of angle iron to strap down a car battery. Big deal. Figure out the charging system. Am I going to do the old stator or do the modern one that I had on a shelf? And that's it. And then just get it up there. I still need to weld the skis on here, but I've talked about that before. I don't know where the center of gravity of this thing is. I've got 4-foot legs that come out, which run down the angles, the outside of that log trailer. But I wanted to have the whole thing built and see where center of gravity is before I welded that up to the skis. Those are already built. They're inside the shop there. But here's the thing about me, and I should be sitting back and smiling and going, you know, for a junkyard auction motorcycle, an old squat rack, you know, and just stuff I had laying around in my hoard, bits of metal and whatnot that I've collected over the years. I should be really happy about this. I should be sitting back smiling going, yeah, I think this is actually going to work. Proof of concept, right? But am I? I am not. And I'm not because of some stupid arbitrary number that I made up in my head where I wanted to be able to cut a 3-foot log. I don't know why I picked 36 inches, but 6 or 7 years ago, 8, 9, 10 years ago, whenever I first started this project, I said, man, I don't want to limit myself. If I'm going to go through all the trouble, I'm going to build something that's going to be able to cut a 3-foot log. And then I got really excited for a minute when I thought, boy, I could get like a 40 or a 42-inch log down here, right? I've got almost 11 inches between the top of the blade and here, which is plenty. I don't think I'd ever need that, because if you're going to cut a big beam, you're going to flip it, right? Cut it from the outside, not make a 10 or so inch beam. But, okay, back up to the original plan here, the original topic of conversation, where I should be happy with all this, but I'm not because of this arbitrary 36-inch number. But structurally, I can't do it. I can't do it, and I'm done. I've got 2.5 feet, 30 and 32 inches. Wait, 24? No, hold on. I think it's 32, or is it 30? 30. Wait, stand by. 30. Okay. Sorry. When this is all the way out, like that, I can fit 30 inches between the two bearings, which is close, 6 inches short of what I wanted to be. But then last night, or the night or two, whenever I was working on these stupid guide bearings, right, they kill another 2 inches because I decided to go with 2 guide bearings. So that knocks 4 inches off. So I'd have been 34 inches had I not put these in. Am I going to cut these off? No. Nope. I'm going to deal with being able to cut 2.5 feet. I'll get over it. Not today. Maybe tomorrow. But I should be happy, right? This thing worked out exactly as the brain had thought about it. I've got a little bit of play, which is kind of the way it's all right, because it allows it to, and this is not a quick change thing. I got 3 bolts, 9/16. As long as the bearings are kind of equally, right, it's this way is good. This way is adjustable, kind of like this one's adjustable. I can adjust it if I want to. Get it to where you want, make sure you're level to the blade, and then make all your cuts. And it's adjustable. It'll go from 0 to 30, and I can't get any wider because of this swing arm. And I sat here and I pulled what's left of my damn hair out about, oh yeah, well, I could kind of reconfigure this whole mess. But then still, you look at here, this channel still gets very close. I'd have to cut a little bit of the swing arm out to gain another 2 inches. And then I'd have to run this whole thing off the bottom and out, and that's just not worth it. It is what it is, what it's going to be tomorrow. So let's clean some stuff up, let's fire this thing up, let's get it up to speed, and let's see what happens. Oh, and I had mentioned earlier in this video that I wanted the blade to track center wheel, and I got it to, I did the adjustment on this one to get it to go on that. And now I need to make the adjustment here to slide this whole thing out. It's lovely. Alright, so I do have a battery charger hooked up to it because the charging system isn't working. I'm going to plan on running it for a while. I want the fan to run. So turn on the ignition. You set you guys down. You get to have the cold start, and if it flies off, maybe we'll get some fun videos. Come on. I bet you guys prop it on a water bottle. It's not working that well. There you go. Can you see that? Yeah, I think so. guys go? Let me find a better stand. The water bottle's not working. We'll give it a second to warm up. You guys see anything exciting? Nothing flew off. Makes me want to go up on the hill and find a log. But I know if I try to feed a log in there manually and I get it a little twisted, it'll fly out of my hand, and I'm already bleeding enough from that damn blade. So, let me give this a minute to really get good and warmed up. Let's throw some speed on this. So I'm going to set you down for a minute, fire this thing up, just let it run for 3 or 4 minutes. Get good and good and good. wow, I gotta say, seeing how easily that thing cut into that little bitty log. Okay, let me preface that by saying that's probably the dumbest thing I've done in quite a while. And I do some pretty dumb stuff, but that was not smart. You shouldn't hold on to that piece of wood. I was wearing leather, heavy leather welding gloves, but still not smart. Don't do what I do. Parental discretion advised. However, the fact that it cut it so easily, like butter, it makes me almost forget that I came up half a foot short of a 36-inch span. That's all right. I think, yeah, I think I'm pretty excited about that. I got to figure out how to resharpen these things. I don't know how long they last. I'm only going to be cutting pine. Pine and fir are the two primary trees up there that die. And so it's not like I'm cutting hardwoods with it. However, that's pretty exciting. That's pretty stinking exciting. But don't do what I do. But it's pretty exciting. I don't know, this one seemed to move around a little bit, but I ended up pulling the bolt out of here and welding around because I don't, once this is level now, it doesn't make any, we don't need any, yeah, it's fine. One less thing to vibrate loose, so I welded that up. And yeah, wow. Now I'm actually going to sit back with the tasty cold glass of water and look at this thing. But there it is. The roller blades are done. The mill is so much closer to actually getting up to the ranch and cutting some real boards. But I appreciate you guys following along this project. Those of you that have been from the beginning, I appreciate you sticking around. Those of you that are new to the project, check out the playlist I have on my main channel and see the multi-year process of building the trailer and then getting to this point in the cutting head. But yeah, that's pretty exciting. All right, now it's time to clean up. I got stuff and things. All right, gotta go, gotta run. See ya.